Before you start, small request.
Yeah?
Try not to go over like 1 hour and 15, because I actually have to get off at that point.
Yeah, got it.
Excuse me, is anyone there?
Here.
Hello?
No.
The door is unlocked.
FBI!
I swear, you guys.
I'm home.
It was so warm inside. The heat from the fire seeped into flesh, spreading slowly. I almost burst into sitting before the fireplace was an old woman. A cauldron hung above the flame, bubbling with a curious color like... Ma'am? Laura merely sat there, her head dropped. I slowly approached her, half certain of what I would find, then placed my hand on her shoulder. She was dead, and I hardly so much as batted an eye at the sight of yet another. In fact, she looked like she had passed quite peacefully by comparison. How blessed she was. There was no sign bandits had cottage. Presumably, she had fallen asleep and passed away naturally, while in the middle of concussion something. Looking around the room, I found myself surrounded by countless items I couldn't begin to identify. Lamps of all colors hanging from the ceiling to dry. Berries crushed and stored in small glass bottles. Were I to guess, the old woman made a living off herbal medicines. Having gotten a good look around the room, I thought that perhaps I had been guided here. And if my father had led me to, he would not frown upon me for doing what was necessary to make. So I dragged the old woman's corpse from the cottage and pushed it into the lake. If I didn't take up residence in the cottage, someone else eventually would. Or it would just be left to deteriorate. And I would rather take the opportunity bestowed upon me to have a place to rest my weary soul. As for the woman's body sank into the clear lake, a realization struck me. I hadn't crossed myself. A few days later, after the cottage, a man came to the door. Apparently, he had been a customer of the witch by trade, and he was looking for more medicine. When I spoke to him, though, through the door, he gave a short gasp and said,
Greg.
Is this a random person?
Yes, Greg.
Okay. Who are you? Where's the witch?
I He is not presently home.
Huh, never knew the old lady had kids. When she's gonna be back?
Not for some time.
Oh, damn. You know much about herbs, girl?
What?
As long as I can get my medicine, I don't really care who supplies it. You, her, doesn't matter. I'll still pay.
One moment, please. My knowledge of herbology was essentially non-existent. But if there was a possibility I could make a living off of it, there was no reason for me not to try. I asked the man to give me as much information about the herbs he had been receiving. Color, texture, smell, anything. And rummaged around until I found something that fit the description. The entire exchange occurred through the barely cracked door. The man paid me as promised, but I quickly realized that money wasn't so much use to me, and I had no intentions of returning to the city. So I told him that, in the future, I would trade for supplies. Which he happily agreed to. A few days later, another man called upon the cottage. But unlike the first man, he sounded crude and uncivilized. I didn't want to cut off a potential source of supplies though, so I handed him the medicine he requested. But when I did, he let out a low snicker and said,
What do you say I look after you, girlie?
and then he shoved his hand through the crack in the door and grabbed my wrist.
You ain't fooling me. The hag's dead and it's just you, ain't it? A girl like you needs someone to look after. Make sure no bad man threaten you.
Every word that came from his mouth used was sleaze. I knew what would happen if he got the door open. I let go.
Whoa!
I yanked my arm back with all my strength and slammed the door shut and set the bar. But even that was enough to quell my uneasiness, so I put a chair against it as well. The man pounded on the door, each slam with his fist causing the whole room to vibrate.
Overact match, huh, girlie? Come on, open up! I still ain't paid you yet. Brought something real nice, too. Open up, I want you to have it.
I don't need your payment. I am never doing business with you again. So please get off my property.
Want to say that again? You got a lot of nerve, eh, you little bitch. Open the damn door! You don't want to know what'll happen if you don't. You got more for sale than just bags of leaves, don't you? Open the fucking door!
Just stay quiet, Morgana. The best way to handle people like him is just not respond.
Good for nothing, you. One day, you'll learn your lesson. This world will eat a little girlie like you right up.
After giving the door a final parting kick, the man stormed off, loudly grumbling about how stupid and ungrateful I was all the while. I didn't deserve a word cursing, but at the same time, I couldn't bring myself to be upset about it. He was right. The world would not be kind to young girls living on her own. Not so long as like him roam. I paced before the fireplace, my mind. I can't be sure if I'm safe anywhere, not even here. But going back to the city isn't an option. Not while the Lord lives. Keep throwing his blood sabbats. Everyone who might have protected me is gone. I have to make it on my own. I'll have to be very careful about opening the door. I could be attacked again, or worse. I mean, most men would probably run as soon as they saw my face. But most doesn't mean all. There are some out there who would go after anyone. I can't let my guard down while I'm doing business, not even for a second. Man or woman, everyone is a potential threat. I'll make it on my own. I don't need anyone. Me alone. Being out here has really shown just how sheltered I was at the brothel. How kind everyone was, how peaceful my life was. I just want to go back. No, stop it, Morgana. You're stronger than that. I'll put enough wood on the fire for it to last the whole night. Then curled up into a ball beside it. For the first time in my life, solitude frightened me.
Kelly, go ahead.
Morgana? What? Were you planning to sleep all day? Yeah.
Oh, shit. What, were you planning to sleep all day? Come on, you're not Jaren.
Yeah, I hate the question marks, man.
About time. Good morning. Well, a little bit remains anyway. What's with that look? Still waking up? Excuse me? Would I not be here?
That doesn't answer my question. How did you even...
A little bold bird told me where to find you.
So you survived.
Do I look dead to you?
No, but... Still you. I thought you were killed during the raid.
I may not be as good with a sword as someone, but you know I'm no pushover. I wasn't gonna let a bunch of bandits get the best of me. What? Were you worried? Seriously? I thought all you knew how to do was damn to me was all you knew to do was damn me to the fire of hell.
Was I? Was... Of course I was, you obvious adult. Never actually meant it when I said you should be casted into hell. Of course I want to see you alive. Of course it would hurt me to lose you.
I'm sorry, that was callous of me.
I was afraid I would never see you again. I thought I had lost everything, everyone. Hey, I was scared to death.
Whoa, no need to cry. You're tougher than that.
I am not crying.
If you say so.
What do you mean? I'm tougher than that. What do you think I am, made of stone? First you try to pretend I'm a normal girl, and now you act like I'm some kind of heartless creature. Make up your mind already.
I'm sorry, really. You're a perfectly ordinary girl, Morgana.
Can you say that looking at my face?
I'm looking at it right now.
Even though I'm a mean-spirited, bitter little girl?
Even though you're a mean-spirited, bitter little girl. Though it's nice to acknowledge it.
Oh, burn in hell. Hey, I want to ask you. And I want you not to call me weak for it this time.
Let's hear it.
Will you stay with me? I don't want to be alone anymore. It terrifies me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll stay right here. Forever.
You know, you won't be able to accomplish your dreams out here. And you're fine with that?
You bet. You told me to stay, and I'll stay I will. I live right on a lake. There's some mountains nearby. All things considered, it's not a bad location. You can plant some crops, go fishing in the lake, sprout out in the grass under the starry sky. Sounds like a pretty good life to me. Maybe sometimes you could sing a little song. I'll sit there listening quietly. Or you want some accompaniment, I can procure some instruments. Sounds nice to you as it does to me. Nothing. Seriously? What else could you want? How about...
No. That's more than enough. Yes, if I could have a life like that, it would have made every misfortune in my life worth suffering. Ah, he's not here. It was a dream. What else could it have been? He's dead, just... They all died in the raid. And even if he was alive, he wouldn't come looking for me. What a childish dream. Fight it, Morgana. You cannot cry over a simple... You are the daughter of God. Your tears are only to be shed for others, not self. Uh, 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 mm. No. Ah. I pounded my fists against the floor again and again, sobbing like a picture-little child. I had never cried like this before. Not as I witnessed men, women, and children being slaughtered. Not when I was taken from my home. Not when I was chained up and tortured by the Lord. It wasn't until I realized just how much I wanted that warmth. And that I would never have it again. That my spirit hit rock bottom. Fighting and are worse than any. Wish I had never known. I wish no one has ever shown me kindness. Not if it means go through this. I wish I had never known what it was like to be normal. I could have just stayed the daughter of God my whole life. And I wouldn't be feeling like this. Huh. I never knew crying. So exhausting. I never want to experience it again. I want to go back to who I used to be, a saint. I didn't know happiness would have to feel like this. I just had to forget it all. that part of my life. No peace. Only trials for my father. That is all I have ever. It's not hard. Don't think about those years. You won't have to cry like this ever. It's for the best. It's my choice, only choice. I was always right. I was never and will never be normal. The only ones are God or one of his angels. And so, as I did precisely that, I led a solitude life. I did all my business before. I sent away anyone who wasn't here for medicine. Once a mountain man in armor rode up to the cottage. He looked like a knight. I had no interest in getting involved with anyone who went around carrying weapons. I was responsible for my own safety, so I had to be careful about who I opened my door to. I had to be extra careful about who I dealt with. But I didn't feel sad or lonely about it. By making that my normal, there was nothing to limit it. Which means old memories served no purpose but to cause me pain. I endeavored to push them far, far away into. I couldn't simply discard my memories of what the Lord had done, of course, or of any of the wonderful people I met at the brothel. But as time trekked on, they faded into almost nothing. I couldn't describe what any one person's voice sounded like, how they acted around me, kind of a person they the things we did together, what we looked like, what they looked like, what their names were, anything of importance. I knew good and well it was callous to forget about all the people who had shown me so much kindness and wrong. But I would never, and thinking about them only brought me pain, so there was no point. It was all I could to make it by. Nearly 4 years had passed since I had assumed the role of Lakeside Witch. My 16th birthday was approaching, but my age was perhaps the only thing I had. Although, if I had grown up like a girl, having spent my childhood as a saint before being held captive by the Lord, it made to witness count. people's death, that would probably mean something deeply wrong. By that point, a terrible cataclysm had taken root in my heart. I built high walls around myself, keeping my contact with the outside world as terse and pragmatic as possible. With each passing day, my voice grew more monotonous. My interactions follow a well-rehearsed script. My customers didn't force their way into my shell either. I had begun to suspect they might think me not a witch by trade, but that I had actually formed a pact with the devil and worked his dark magic. No one said as much, but I could sense what seemed to be feared in their voices when they came. On the other hand, I never had anyone else try to force themselves into the cottage like the man forced. I would say I had a rather peaceful life. If you considered a life in which peaceful, that is. I also came a fair bit about herbology. I could now make my own medicine rather than just making do with what was already here. Although a fair bit still amounted to almost nothing when compared to what my predecessor was capable of. Nevertheless, I had a relatively solid grasp on what herbs to use to treat different symptoms. Enough to formally assume the name of the Lakeside Witch, at least. And so time flowed on, uneventful and quiet. Until one day when a young man showed up at my door.
Greg,
Excuse me, is anyone home?
I knew right away he was a new customer. No one had traded with me before, bothered with such pleasantries anymore. They wanted the process to be quick and frictionless. And I preferred it that way as well. It was there. When I responded from behind the door, he seemed to be taken back. After several moments with no answer, I tensed up slightly and repeated the question.
Ah, my sister has fallen very ill and she desperately needs medicine.
He has a very...
I was told that the person who lives here is a skilled herbalist. Could I please get something to treat her?
What are her symptoms?
She's got an extremely high fever that won't come down. She has no appetite. She's only drinking water, and she can't get out of bed.
Everyone always seems to be medicine for themselves. I haven't had a customer like him in some time now. We're going to want to lower her fever first. After that, get her on a nutritious diet. I'm going to give you 2 medications. Give her the first while her fever's down, second after it come down.
Thank you very much.
When was the last time someone thanked me? Here's your medicine. It's powder, so mix it with some water and have your sister drink it.
Are you not going to open the door? Any water?
Is that necessary?
No, sorry. Just a second. Let me get you your money. Mm-hmm.
I take supplies for my services, not money.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. This is all I have on me today. You maybe be willing to accept this as payment today?
Very well. A gold coin. Those herbs aren't worth nearly. Just who is this man? And what on earth is he doing here at the witch's cottage? Any other situation I would have been wouldn't have been even tempted to look. What if he saw me? He would think me disgusting, ridiculing me like it didn't hurt knowing what people thought of me, but it was hardly pleasant hearing it vocalized either. And what if he decided something in that moment? I dropped my guard. He could force the door open and have his way with me. He doesn't seem like... Trust was about the farthest thing from my mind. Always remained on high alert, keeping a safe distance from everyone, no matter how good they appeared on the surface. But for some reason, I felt strangely comfortable. At the time, I couldn't have explained why. But in retrospect, I imagine it was largely a result of his upbringing. He spoke in clear, educated voice. He had a polite, friendly air about him, which I could feel even through the door. It wasn't the sort of well-mannered you could fake with a bit of practice, nor the sort you encountered out in the middle of nowhere. Curiosity took hold of me. I had to know what you look like. I wasn't going to throw. I had no intention of inviting him in either. I just wanted to get a little peek at him through the crack in the door. I opened it ever so slightly wider than usual when I reached out to take his payment.
Ah.
Oh no. He saw me.
Wow, I didn't think you would be so young. I guess you were a little older.
What?
Thank you for doing business with me. I'm sorry for not coming properly prepared. If I need any more, I'll be sure to bring supplies next time.
Alright.
Again, I really appreciate it. Have a nice day.
You too. He saw my face. And he wasn't disgusted. He actually smiled. I was so caught off guard, I thought for a second that maybe my had healed. I ran over to the water basin, and a glimmer of hope in my heart glazed in at my reflection. But the face looking back at me was the same as always, a grotesque, unsightly, patchy mess. Part of me was disappointed, but more than anything, I was flabbergasted by what had just happened. How could he smile at the sight of this face? For a split second my mind slipped back into time 4 years ago. The man who applied ointment to my face, he had never seemed disturbed by my appearance. Not long afterward, young man called upon my college again. He said that the medicine had briefly relieved his sister's symptoms, but that it had failed to actually cure what. Herbal medicine requires patience and persistence before its effect manifests. I informed him, to which he responded with a sad smile. He was a handsome young man, not far from what I imagined from his voice, and the smile suited him quite well. There was a distinct elegance emanating from him. Rag clothing aside, he was about how I envisioned a fairy tale prince might look. So,
You just got attacked live. Is everything okay in there? What's going on?
the cat just wants to scratch the chair. Though I knew quite well those only existed in fiction. Real nobles were terrible, miserable, reprehensible people. After a few visits, we started having a little conversations outside of our business transactions. He told me his name was Mell, as well as his sister's Nellie, and I told him mine. Mell was 17, only a year old. Then one day, he invited me outside for a walk.
Not healthy to stay holed up inside all the time. Got this beautiful lake right here. You say we take a little walk around the shoreline.
I was going to turn him down. But my mouth seemed to disagree with my mind, and the next thing I knew I was taking a walk with someone for the first time in years. Although with might be something of a stretch, I kept a safe distance from him as we walked. Mell seemed disappointed about my unwillingness to get any closer, but I couldn't bring myself to trust him that much yet. Nonetheless, it was a momentous enough occurrence that I felt justified describing it as such. I'm sure I made him uncomfortable on numerous occasions during our walks. To say I acted disagreeably would be an understatement. Anytime he closed the gaps between us, I stepped a little further away. Every response I gave was curt, and I repeatedly shot him down whenever he started getting wistful or sentimental. Morgana 4 years prior might have been a little softer with him, a little more human. Maybe she would have given him a little smile or a pout. But that girl was long gone. I despised the humanity that had once started taking root in me. I endeavored to be something different again. In one instance, he heard a bird chirping and said, if I had wings like a bird, do. To which I responded, there is no such thing. There is not a single creature living in this world that is free.
What?
Birds regularly get shot down by hunters or preyed on by larger birds. The idea that they are free is nothing more than man's short-sighted delusion.
Sorry, I guess.
No, I should be apologizing. I wasn't trying to attack you. I simply lack the ability to properly empathize with others. I do not understand. So please, if I say anything that upsets you or makes you uncomfortable, don't assume that was my intention.
Sure. Maybe you're hiding it, or maybe you just don't know it yet. I think you've got more empathy than you're letting on. Surely you can't say nothing affects you at all. You are human.
At one point, that was, though it was perhaps somewhat difficult for others to see. I felt great beauty when I kneeled before the gravestones. But such sentiments have long since been.
You don't have to be so closed off. Might not be able to do much for you. I do want to get to know you better. I want to understand you. If you ever feel like talking about yourself, you got an eager pair of ears here. Okay?
If there was someone who could understand me, if there was someone who could, you could emphasize, you had been through trials as great as mine, it would not be human.
What? What do you mean?
That you would need to be far removed from any idea of humanity to have a chance at understanding me. Regardless, I do appreciate your kind words.
Sure. So, out of curiosity, do you have anyone, really important to you in your life?
Not at the moment.
Does that mean you used to? I'd love to hear about them, if you don't mind.
They're all long dead.
Oh, God.
4 years ago, something unpleasant occurred. As that, I was forced to part ways with people who taught me that humans have the capability of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well then, if your sister's condition worsens again, come see me. Farewell.
Hey, maybe we could walk a little slower next time? We have more time to talk? I want to get to know you better.
I'll consider it.
Alright.
So long.
Bye. See you soon.
Good spot to stop.
Don't tell me about your dead friends, please. I don't want to hear about that. Just give me my medicine. Leave me alone.
You're the one trying
Thanks.
to do